Think about it. What would you do if you only had 12 months left?
What's good, guys? It's your boy Fred Marvin, and you may know my page. I love to make videos about sports, analysis, and analyzing life. And this video, I'm kind of dipping into the motivational side of my page and want to introduce you guys to some new ideas. So please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Please support the page. We're on the road to 300, trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so we can get monetized, y'all. Here we go. Check out the video. Alright, and I hope you enjoy.
I wanted to ask y'all a question. If you knew this was the last year of human life, all time, like not just like your life, but I'm talking about all human life, like ever. Like, what would you do? If you knew, like, after about 12 months, it's over for the entire human race, whole world, somehow, some way, everything's gonna come to an end. How would you live your last 12 months? How would you first stomach it? Like, what would your first reaction be? And then, how would you live your life every day? Would you have a countdown? Would you just be dreading it? Would you be excited in a weird way? What would your thoughts be? Like, for me, my initial reaction would be like, I gotta go see my family. I gotta go spend some time with my mom, my dad, like all my sisters, my brother. I gotta go see some of my cousins. Like, I gotta go see the people that I haven't seen in a lot, like the people that you see at the family reunion. I gotta go see them. I wouldn't want to go out of the world without telling these people how much I love them. I would have to go on a tour, like a end of the world tour, and just like holler at everybody who means something to me or meant something to me in the past. I would just not want to leave without telling them how much I love them, how much I appreciate them, how much they did for me at certain times in my life. Like, all that stuff, I would want to get that handled. After that initial reaction, I think that I would want to just spend the most time that I could with my kids. Forget work. I don't think that I'm gonna go to work for the next 12 months. Seriously? Like, you think I'm gonna go to a 9 to 5 for the next 12 months knowing that life is about to be over with for everybody? I don't know if I would want to just be like living comfortably leading up to the last day. I feel like on the last day I would want to be somewhere with my family too, like all together, because it would be emotional, bro. It would be emotional. The last day, bro, of the world, the last day, because everybody would know that it's over with. So we would have to figure out a way to make the last 12 months special, bro. And I only asked a question about this just because I had a thought about it. And it just got me thinking, like, man, if that was to happen, it would just be chaos. I feel like for a lot of people who are quote unquote attached to the world, if you're attached to the world, you just love your personal belonging. I mean, everybody loves their stuff, right? But like, I'm talking about those people who just, they can't live without having sex with somebody every week, or they just so caught up in the physical. They gotta go drink this weekend to feel okay. Their life is so wrapped up in the physical world that I feel like an announcement like that, like the world is gonna be over with for everybody in 12 months, I feel like that would just heighten their behavior. I feel like a lot of people would just be like, yep, gonna drink this one away. Many people would just allow those things to take over their lives in those last days. On the opposite spectrum, I feel like there's be a lot of people that would want to get things right, like get right with their family, like forgiveness, forgive people who they had grudges with, and try to end on a good note. You know, like, I feel like there'd be a lot of people who'd just be like, you know what, man, let me call so-and-so and just tell them, you know, I'm sorry. A lot of relationships I feel like would be rekindled just because people would actually be looking for opportunities to get right and to feel okay before they have to leave the earth. It's an interesting exercise to take yourself through. If you believe in, like, the end of times, and if you believe in the Bible, it already tells you that it's going to be an end of days kind of scenario, and it's going to be very abrupt. It's going to be quick, is what it says in the Bible. It's like we're living in those times already. I don't know why I'm saying like so much. I'm gonna stop that. It's like we're living in those times already, though, because Jesus did say that he was gonna come back. If you believe in Jesus, I do. So like, he did say he was coming back. So then if he's coming back, then eventually it's gonna be a day in the world where it's the end. Even in Revelations, it talks about all these things and all these signals and signs and things, you know, a lot of which have already happened. There's been a lot of signs. There's been a lot of weird stuff that's been going on lately. Seriously, there's been a lot of weird stuff. They've been talking about aliens. They've been talking about an alien mothership outside of the freaking Earth, sending probes to the Earth. And a lot of people in the past have said they even been abducted by aliens, seen them, all kind of stuff. So look, I ain't saying that. I mean, aliens obviously that part wasn't in the Bible, so I don't know about that. But I'm just saying there's been a lot of weird stuff going on, man. And I just been thinking, like, what would I want to live? How would I want to live my life if I just knew that it was going to be over with? And like, how could I, instead of just only living my life like that, only because I knew it was going to be over with, how could I actually live a meaningful life like that in today's world? Like, how could I translate that? I would really want to live a life where I felt like I was actually handling the most important things that needed to be taken care of. Because that's what ends up happening, is in an end time scenario, everybody starts to do what's most important to them. Some are going to try to rekindle relationships. Some are going to fall deeper into addictions and deeper into their own practices. And some are going to just live their lives the same exact way that they've been living, as if nothing's gonna happen, because that gives them some false sense of feeling okay. That's exactly what's happening right now. We've been told that eventually it's gonna end, and I am going to work today. I'm going to work because this is what sends me my paycheck in 2 weeks on Friday, and that paycheck allows me to do X, Y, and Z, after which I've spent that money. I'm gonna go right back to the job to make sure that they can send me another paycheck 2 weeks later than that. So I'm just like, am I the category of people who's just gonna continue to do what they've always been doing? Just gonna continue to just like turn the hamster wheel? I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't, and I feel like I am though. Just think about it. You know, I know that eventually the world is gonna end, and it could end like for everybody at once, or can like people die. You feel me? Everybody dies. We live and we die eventually, and God willing, I can live a long time. But I don't know when. You check? I don't know. So the end of the world for any given person could be at any given time. Literally, any time. Like, whenever. So like, why aren't I doing what I said I would do when the world ends right now? Why? Because that's what I would do if the world was coming to an end. So why wouldn't I do that? Why wouldn't I just do that now? Why? My son asked me that question, not this question, but another question, a question of why. He was asking me all these questions, and I was explaining things, and all he kept saying was why. He's 3, and you know, he's curious about life, and so am I. And he got me thinking. I was like, why? Why? So maybe I want to ask myself this question and see what I was going to say. Because if there was a way for me to just spend time with my family, make great memories, eat great food, help other people, and like live a free life, I would do it. But when I gave myself the scenario of the end of the world, instead of thinking, oh, let me just like wait for it to happen, I was thinking, we about to make this happen and go and live the life that I want to live for the last 12 months of human existence. If that was the case, I wouldn't just be sitting here just waiting. So like, maybe I should do that in real life. Maybe we all should do that in real life. But we really want to do. Now, for the people who chose the addictions thing, let's not do that. But for the people who like actually want to live a good life, maybe we should. What is actually stopping us from figuring out a way to go do what we really want to do instead of just doing what we feel like we have to do? I just don't want to get comfortable with life as it is. If I could change it, then I should, and I can change it, so why don't I? Now, obviously, you know, to a certain extent, you have to do certain things that you don't want to do in order to get to what you do want to do. So I don't, by no means, I mean, don't work hard, and you know, a lot of these things are necessary things and sufferings that Christ will bring us through to get to, you know, a better place. And so this job and everything that I'm going through currently has its place in my life for the next journey that I'll be on. But the thought of struggling to work towards a life that I'm passionate about and wake up every morning jumping out of the bed about, in comparison to not jumping out of bed at all to go to work, not even close. I think that's a worthy struggle, a worthy pursuit. Me not knowing when the end of my days or your days or everyone's days will be. I feel like I would jump out of the bed every day to do something that would put me closer to living like God wants me to live. Think about it. What would you do if you only had 12 months left?